creed the holy books condemn, but man's new religion surely does pretend to war and strife and a bitter end. But come you who would die in sin, and drink the last from that bottle.
Marilyn Monroe knew. She faked her own death, then hightailed it to Cuba to play house with her girlfriend, Fidel Castro, who was so deep in the closet, even J. Edgar Hoover in go-go boots, a black lace teddy, and fishnet stockings didn't know. Marilyn and Fidel swapped panties and giggling Hollywood crushes over lipstick-smeared copies of photoplay like prepubescent pajama party Peninsula Poontang. Marilyn's invention of the dumb blonde was really a smokescreen shielding her need for world domination. How else do you explain her affairs and marriages to Joe DiMaggio, Arthur Miller, and the Kennedy boys, the most powerful and respected men of the free white world? Marilyn played the blonde minstrel while newsreel cameras purred like sirens, beckoning her to beach herself on the sands of death and self-destruction. But in reality, she was a wicked politico and bitter bulldog business broad with high aspirations. Now, after realizing neither John nor Robert Kennedy could get their tongues past their stiff upper Boston lips for oral pleasures, I completely blew that. You mind if I start totally over? All right, right on. I'll just start. She played the blonde minstrel while newsreel sirens beckoned her to beach herself on the sands of death and self-destruction, while in reality she was a wicked politico and bitter bulldog business broad with high aspirations. Now, after realizing neither John nor Robert Kennedy could get their tongues past their stiff upper Boston lips for oral pleasures, she rung up hot, horny Hoboken homeboy Frank Sinatra to see if he could use his mafia ties to arrange hits. Frank belted out "Luck Be a Lady" while partner Sam Giancana phoned former frat boy Lee Harvey Oswald to see if he could cash in some sharpshooter skills scored in the Marine Corps and then do a rub out to clear out some gambling debts. Meanwhile, Marilyn macked her 7th grade math teacher, Jack Ruby, in order to hit the hitman. It seems back in the day, Jack offered to sniff panties in exchange for good grades, so he got out of teaching to avoid prosecution and opened up a bar in Texas. But Jack felt so guilty about his past transgressions that when former student Marilyn Done Good returns asking for a favor, he couldn't possibly say no. So, after the assassinations and cover-ups, Marilyn, under the perfect cloak of death, leased a UFO from Area 51 and flied the friendly skies in her retirement, dropping twomp sacks of experimental crack samples every Halloween in the ghetto for spook trick-or-treaters out of spite because several years earlier, Sidney Poitier and Harry Belafonte no se habla menage a trois with Hollywood's biggest starlet and refused to take second billing to her in a forthcoming project entitled Some Like It Hot. Then one night, while mixing up prototypes for Tang in the UFO's lab, Marilyn accidentally invented AIDS when her pet rhesus monkey Tickle mistook a beaker of what would later be known as HIV for Diet Pepsi, escaped from the UFO capsule through a faulty air conditioning vent, and fell to Earth, where he promptly bit a Haitian brother on the thumb when dude tried to snatch Tickle up for a religious sacrifice. Marilyn, too terrified to step foot back on planet Earth, never rescued Tickle, leaving him on his own. So the monkey hitchhiked in airplane luggage from Haiti to Los Angeles, where he survived by working part-time in Circus of the Stars and also walked the SPCA stroll as a high-priced pet gigolo to the stars. Tickle was a bad luck monkey born out of the blues. One night, in a jealous rage, he went out hunting for a former lover, a male Japanese Akita with homosexual tendencies. The monkey, drunk and high, mistook his lover and mistook his bitch and secret lover at the base of a tree in a fancy Hollywood estate, and using skills picked up at Circus of the Stars, unwittingly murdered Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. Come daybreak, when the monkey regained consciousness, realized his mistake, Tickle jumped on the Greyhound and headed towards Mexico, where he paid penance for past indiscretions by sucking the blood out of goats and chickens until late one night, a drunk Mexican hysterical eyewitness looked at him and mistakenly referred to him as Chupacabra. It all connects. It all connects. Damn. Wow.